of being a victim of the system of government and create another opportunity so that we can be able to redirect our energies and efforts as government entirely. Ingxaki yokuqala sikhomo endicinga uba noko sibuyisolva ngoku. We have been for quite some time detached principals as a layer of government in education. That's why amaxesha amaninzi ufumanisa uba you are more asking questions than providing solutions. Why? Because ixesha elininzi siqhube ngo-us and them and not integrate this layer of management. Because ngelishwa kwa-education, umuntu ongenayo kwa-education, kuba i-education is about schools, i-face karhulumente ayingodidijitwa kanti nguprincipal wesikolo. So if there is anything right about education, is that principal. If there is anything wrong about education, is that principal. Where the failure is a head office, but in terms of how the prototype of education stands, it means the ball is in your court as a principal of the school. So hence I'm saying, we needed a bit of a shift, both at a strategic level, on how to deal and dissect our own operations as a sector, so as to appreciate the dynamism that the sector brings in. Umzekelo, ndizoliyeka nyaka. Urhulumente uxhome i-NDP phaa ezi-ofisini zenu. That NDP will never succeed up until the nation understands what is the thesis of the content in the classroom itself. Ingaba i-content yale nto yenziwa apha eklasini is making the NDP achievable. Is there any relationship between what we are presenting as a content in the classroom and the ambition of the nation as a throughput at a particular point in time? Ufuna uthini yalisi? Ndifuna ukuthi no matter how difficult it is, it was strategic, wise, and super good for the province to take maths and science as a gateway subject here. Because ayizuninceda into ka-100% wabantwana abangayindawo. Ayizuninceda into ka-100% wabantwana abapasela ubheke esaluni. We don't need them here. So yeke laa nto yeza provinces zithatha i-maths lead, right? They must take their maths lead, because ultimately you need a human resource capital for this country to move on for the next 30 years. And unfortunately, that human capital resides on the choice of subjects and the content thereof, not the jail. So, yiba uncomfortable, yi discomfort yobunzima bomsebenzi wakho, because into ba comfortable, yi choice of subjects that can take this nation anywhere is a problem from where I am seated. Is a problem because funeka sikwazi ngoku ukuthi, are we then driving and advocating for a learned nation or a certificated nation now? Is what we're doing any progress in making a dent from the levels of illiteracy that the country is confronted with? And when you talk of a learned nation, what do you mean? Uteka nabantu abane PhD. following interviews, but they can't do anything. We tell them about a PhD now, but that when comparatively speaking, what great was the intense on interpreting the policies that they must drive. I'm just naked. Because nini abantu abazawukwazi ukuyixobula ibonakale ba yintoni le ilizwe lifunayo beyond the sector. You are not just educators here. You are skills and information producers for the nation. So this is a skill center. Uba ucinga mhlambi ukutitsha ugqiba syllabus. How many tests have been written? How many assessments? No. Our strategic task here is whether are we able to say lendlela yakhiwa apha eKingulem zisuka phi as architects, and why are they coming outside of this country? So I'm saying, colleagues, don't undermine the good work that we are doing. Akukho mntu uza kutsho ngaphandleni kwenu to pat yourself on the back. By the way, I so wish kukanimithi ikhona if ithethwa ndimle. There is no sector in this country that has got laborers that goes to work without any expectation of an overtime payment. It's only this department. It's only this department that goes beyond the policies of government for this nation to be rejoicing the 84% that the minister was talking about. Otherwise, because the department gave claims. Gave claims zokungena ngo-6 o'clock esikolweni. Gave claims zokuchithekelwa yimitshato because ne-excuse yento yobana wena asivali kwesasikolo. Une-excuse every holiday. Now, you are coming from camps. You are going back to camps. When are you meeting your families? When are you meeting your families? And I'm then saying, we need to appreciate that the results we have come out of madness, come out of extreme sacrifice. Ayinakwenzeka kwenye department intoba ube nomsebenzi kahulumende osemsebenzini ngo-12 o'clock ebusuku. But yenzeka. I was watching a video, DDG Gade, and I was answering a question. But of course, this question asked by myself, and myself have to respond to it as well. Kunevideo ebuhlungu apha yomnyutishalakazi waseBhayi. Ubalisa ukoxuthelwa kwabo imoto. Ubalisa ukoxuthelwa kwabo ifoni. Ubalisa ukoxuthelwa kwazo zonke izinto ezizi-tools zabo zokuphangela. And I came into a concession, DDG, to say, I so wish le vithi ndakhe ngaboniswa thina man. Ikiboniswe aba bantu bafanele babenza into bana izikolo singabikho yilento ziyo. Because once you talk controls, and once you talk safety, and once you talk about justice in the country, you are not talking about this department. Yangase kuthi kanti ibiboniswa bona uba lento yokuqengana ngezinto ezirongo is going to cripple the performance of this department. Dithethe nalento. Yabona as district directors copy up. Ubasi resolve lanto ye fencing. Yes, God. Mark my word. Crisis yokuqala ezakwenzeka kungena kwe-leave forms ezibonakalisa abantu kungaphili kwabo ngebengakhange bangaphili. Why? Because of the safety in our schools. And once kwenzeke lonto, forget about that plan. Forget about that plan. Now ndithi sele sichilo, colleagues, we will have to redesign our plans to meet the challenges of the day. One of those challenges is to go back, arrogantly so, to implement that fencing program. Because once you don't do that, we want 120 schools fenced in each and every year. These scholars are up as 5,000 plus. But for us to have a budget enough, you need at least not less than 120 per financial year, so that you can make a dent in terms of security of the workforce at work. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you are going to have a problem. Now, nditike sisamile kulonda asuzijika lanto. Noba ingxaki zayo besithini internally, ingxaki zayo kuba kinabantu abaninzi abane interest from a business sector kufuneka kujikwe iprocesses zethu, but the fact of the matter is we want safe schools here. One safe schools ukunqandela abatishara angabi nesizathu songayi emsebenzini because urhulumente has failed to provide safety for me. Yabona ke mna mntu ukhe wagangwa yingxaki uze ndibe nale attitude ndinayo ngotishara. Ndiselusikisiki ngo-2022 ndigangwa kudutyulwa kotishala phaya usikisiki ngezolo ebusuku. Ndiyithethe le nto ndingazuyithetha uba sikhomo kanene ezi arams abatishala ziyazi uba xa zilapha ebusuku akazazi urhulumente bazilapha from a policy point of view. Akazazi bazilapha from a policy point of view. So funeka ngokumnana sikhomo siyoqumela nyala kulams sifike sisebeze phaa uba hayi sithathe responsibility yomngcwaba xa bekuthini. Because from a policy point of view, there is no cover. Because the policies zethu zithi siqashwe for 7 hours. So don't take it light that do not tishala abalala esikolweni. If anything can happen there, under the current crime-prone zone that the country has just become to be. So ndizama ukuthi ke ngalo mazwi into zakuthi asinalo elinye ixesha ngoku. Ixesha esinalo kukutshintsha lamfanekiso uliphupha labantu basePhuma Koloni through you, through myself, through everyone okhoyo in the province, and begin to be a beacon of hope for the nation in general. Ndithi ke ayikonzima lanto. Funeka qha thina siyeke ukungayenzi into ebesithe sawuyenza. Ubana ngaba sithi funeka siresource aba bantu benza maths and science. In fact, we've already said that. Hayi ndiyahlebela nje nilindele into formal communication. Awusibane maths and science as a dominant content-based subject in the Eastern Cape. Uzuphinde ube number 1 in the country in maths participation. Kodwa unayo i-scientific calculator for lamntana. Uthi laa mntu we-350 we-grant makawuthenga la scientific calculator. And I'm then said, that one is a foregone conclusion. By 1st of June, all maths students of this province must have a scientific calculator. Ubangandele abantwana xa bengena eklasini ntoba at least izinto that they must be dealing with zibe zizinto far-fetched from the scientific calculator. At least part of the work must be done by the instruments that we have. Ndizama ke ukuthi kuwe ubana ngaba i-target yakho kukubana kulonyaka uzayo unqwelela ukuba negusha ezithe. Awuzuthatha imali uyo deposita umuntu othengisa ibhokhwe. Ayisibanjalo. Ubana ngaba i-results zase-Eastern Cape njengoba benizijongile pha zikwi-maths and science, it means mali yethu must go that direction. It means our resource base must be influenced by the demand and the supply. Because into fana ubalansise uthi hayi masohlulelane ngokulingana, no, akulinganwa. Maths and science is the deciding factor here in the province. Ngethamsanqa lethu unibonakalisele uSikhomo into yokuba we are the best on the accounting in the country. Now, incinci nje lento ofuneka uyenzile. Thatha la maths kulaa ndawo kuyo uyibuyisele kulaa nto abethe umalusi rongo. Birongo izolunyanisile right namhlanje. Why? Because uburongo bayo was that there was no regulation that puts you where you were. Hence the reduction of marks in mathematics in the province. Awususuka kaloku uthi ungu-44% pass rate, ufike ngoku ungu-70%, laa nto beyithetha. Iyaregulathwa i-pass rate yabantwana ngumalusi. Hence I'm saying, yonke le nto siyithethayo apha, you achieved it last year, clap your hands. But you achieved it wrongfully. Hence umalusi, reduce your percentage, yes, Xhosa, reduce your percentage of mathematics. Ndiyanixelela ndithi ke ngokukuni uSikhomo ubenchmarka ngeperformance yenu yalo nyaka pheleyo for your own information. Why? Because you have capacity and the potential to deliver to that plan. In fact, you have already delivered it last year. Hence, you have put the province into position 4. Now, let's go back, dissect that plan, sit down and say, ngobani aba bantwana base-JSK njani? Bangu-level 1. Kweziphi subjects? What is the reason? Can we invite the best teacher in the circuit or in the district in case we have got a capacity problem from the presenter? And in the evening, I ayililo lonke ixesha we abantwana bengalenzi ixesha because abana capacity. Kuyenzeka into yokuba mhlawumbi kule nto yethu ye-redeployment sathatha utishala one-economics ongena-accounting sayomnika i-subject one-deficiency kule area. Uyibona njani loo nto? Uyibona nge-scripts zabantwana ba uzawupasela kweli cala alaziyo, angapaselwa kweli cala angalaziyo. Hence bebisithi kuni-problem zenu siyazazi. How do you then ke ngoku cushion that kind of a problem? Yabona ngoku yanam ndandingutishala, ufumanisa uba sikhoma utishala wegeography wahlukile kutishala wehistory, kodwa kwijet kuthiwa xa ibizwa yi-social science. I-reality yokokuba la social science i-combination ye-geography and history ikhona ingxaki ezakwenzeka. Ikhona ingxaki ezakwenzeka because lo tishala i-expertise zakhe may not be a hybrid one. Hence that debate that was raised by one speaker here ethi kuzafuneka ekuhambeni kwexesha siyisondelele i-GETC band ngoba i-results zika-grade 12 zii-results zika-grade R. Uba ufuna ubakhupha ootishala ekulaleni esikolweni base-high school kuzofuneka uphendule into ethi ingaba i-primary schooling system yakho is up to scratch now. And as long as you have not dealt with that question, standardized grade 7, have a common paper and common assessment in grade 7, so that you are sure that Lomdana who has passed grade 7 in the province can meet any requirement anywhere. Ngoba kungenjalongo uzoba nezililo sikanehemiya. Umntana ono level 7 we-GETC band angakhayimisleade i-country. Uphethe iripoti ungumzali uduthuko tishala asinayo imbali yabantwana okanye kulo mzi yabantu abadumu. Kanti aba-level 7 angabo lo mntana ngabe sasikolo sakhe, otherwise going to another school akanabangabo aba-level 7. Aba-level 7 angabo ngabe sasikolo going to another school can be level 3. So I'm saying we are closer to that. Our curriculum team is dealing with that as we speak. Because since Impazamo was called of taking Anna out, that was the greatest mistake the nation has done. Ayikho i-industry that has got no assessment tool. Napaka abakheniki imoto kune-performance standards. Napakwa abayana base-bakery kuyabalwa singaphi zonke eziphumileyo semgangathweni na. Sijonga njani lizonga semgangathweni? Ngongathengeki kweza franchise shops thina sine-contract nayo siyile-bakery. Awuzukwazi ke ngokuba no-principal nootitshala base-high school abalala esikolweni kanti akukho ngxaki funeka ilungisiwe kwi-primary schooling system. Because the problem there that we can't sustain, it must be resolved. Otherwise, one day it will come into a crisis for the nation. I'm just saying, sinida kuyilungisa loo nto sibe nendlela yokuyi-approacha a bit clearer and a bit neater. Ndiyayazi into yokokuba ndizohlala phantsi. Akekho urhulumente onoze aninike isalary eyanelisayo. Kodwa now the top management, we have taken a decision last year. Difficult as it is, painful as it is, to say, make teachers happy to be teachers. Make teachers happy to be teachers, because uba uzojonga ipolicies zethu sirhulumente azuzuyenza laa. That is why last year we offered 5 cars without even a cent of government. Mhlawumbe niyazi loo nto. Eza moto zikweza zikolo zenu for the best performing schools in this province. There is not even a cent of government for those cars. And I'm then saying, for you to make these teachers comfortable, understanding iterrain is operator kuyo. Mhlawumbe kukho abantu abafikayo apha. Uyazi ba ndidijitwa Gade. Naxa sisiya kule nto ye-elections, kutshintsha urhulumente, noba ngoomasipala, ooceba abaninzi baphuma apha kubo. Yi-migration of brains leya yenzekayo pha. So every now and then, this sector will have to fix itself. Why? Because brains of other sectors are taken from you. Now ndithi benzeke ngoku, at least uyakwazi babe comfortable kuba ngotishara. Noba urhulumente unepolicy mhlawumbi ezingakwaziyo responda to the demands and needs zabo. Kulo nyaka, we're going back to that award. Yes, God. Nge-19 ka-April, no DDG, Uchwakati, nale team, will be handing over again for best performing schools in the province, again 5 cars. So that otishala ubuya kwazi ukudisciplina icapital. Uthi hayi andifuni imali mna kum. Khakhe le mali uyinike aba bantu babangele into bani ufuna uzochopha nami. Ufuna uzochopha nami meeting andithi. Why? Because utolika into bana ndingumphathiswa okanye ndi-HOD yakwa-education. Ndi-HOD okanye ndi-MC yakwa-education because of abatishara. Ndithi ke ngole mali ndicebise pha. Isepha kubo not kubo. So that at least there is an appreciation of the good work that we are doing. We may not reach your expectations, but I can assure you, there is no single individual that is gonna get an invitation letter for that event ezawuphuma ingenayo i-award. Noba ningayi 500, noba ningaba ngaphi, I can assure you, not a single individual that is not going to get an award. Whether imali, whether intoni, kodwa, everyone that gets into that door will get an award. Last year, in fact, that 350 participants, they get all awards. All of them. Others get the cars, others get the equipment, yofundisa abantwana, others get it in monetary terms. So I'm saying, that's the little that we can do whilst we are still here. So that at least there is something that at least can make our kids to be interested to be part of this profession. Otherwise, there is a risk if you don't do that. Especially at the foundation phase level. Kendabona kakubi apha ngo-2004. Xa ujonga izitex zabantwana abenza foundation phase education, ufumanisa predominantly are white students. By extension, it means une foundation phase education in the country that might end up teaching by whites in rural areas. something that is a bit and awkward from where I'm standing. So ndiyafuna ke ukuthi kuni, let's be patient, colleagues. There are drastic changes that are going to happen. One amongst those drastic changes is the language policy in the country. The language policy must change in the country. Must change. Izoresponda kulanti bithethwa ngula mama pha. We are a schooling system in the country that operates and thrives on borrowed culture, borrowed language, borrowed religion, and borrowed resources. We are emulating somebody that is not within the house here. Sifuna ufana naye, kubani lo muntu ufuneka kufane naye? Kubani lo? Because as an African, there is national identity that from an African perspective, we must be able to scientifically begin to define it. Scientifically to define it. If you une 800 kilometers square in the country is your alignment of curricula along those lines. Ingxaki ezakwenzeka uba ubutyebi belizwe buselwandle for the next coming 100 years uzodibana nabantu abanamachibi befuna usibizela ku-workshop ngolwandle. I am telling you, uba ubutyebi belizwe bukwintsangu uzodibana nabantu abaquqa elisikisiki befuna usibizela ku-workshop on cannabis. Why? Because they have seen the trends internationally that hemp and cannabis is becoming a beacon of wealth for the world. And therefore, we must start our own initiatives here. So what I'm saying is, let's master what we have and stop to be obsessed on things that we do not have. Ubanangaba, our strategic goal is to bring or to provide food security for the country as a province. That must happen in the classroom itself. Also, agriculture as a by-the-way subject. About sikwicite ngoku parade lokwenzela ukutya by foreign nationals in the country. And therefore, you don't respond in the classroom to that question. Baqale basithengisela imbiza apha. Babuya basithengisela imiqamelo. Bagqitha basithengisela ngoku basithengisela i-hardwares because bayebona uba niyathanda ukwakha. Ngoku bafuna amasimi uwarenta uwalisa. By extension, it means noku kutya niza kutya ngelantshi, one shushulanga day will be coming from them. One shushulanga day will be coming from them. Now, ndithi ke ngoku, master what you have. If you have got land as Eastern Cape, why are you not a food producer for the entire country? Kutheni ubona uthengwe Free State eMpuma Koloni sinemhlaba? Ubangaba colleagues, uboya grade 1 in the country, ufumaneka eBarkley East. What is the meaning of that? Ubanangaba inhlanzi ezizibiza ngamagama okwenda nithi ngopilchat kuba isike yathathwa apha yasiweka apha eSandana ibuye negama lokathi umtshakazi upilchat iyeya lapha. Is there any relationship between those economic trends and the content of what we are doing in the classroom? So ndizama ukuthi ke ngalo mazwi, the battle of ideas has started. Yours is to hold the fort, sustain the performance, work tirelessly up until the end of your life. Uzawukhonjwa kuthiwe yayingumntu laa nto ingqengqethayo. Noba batsho ngoku bakuthuka ngee-results abantwana abangahambi isikolo, nomntu ongahambi isikolo zokubuza ii-results apha. It's fine, alright, makabuza ii-results zomntana ongahambi isikolo, kodwa I can assure you, one day they will say the principals and educators of this province were able to produce results under trees. They were able to produce results under trees. By the way, there are no best educators in this country than the ones we have in the province. Uba ungajonga imeko eni-operator kuyo, abanawukwazi uoperate xa nokuthiwa ngake sithathe nje unyaka ube mnye, kuthathwe aba baseKapa bazobekwa apha, kuthathwe nina nibekwe phaa. They can't make it. They can't make it. The fact that we are able to be where we are with all the challenges that we have speaks a lot and volumes about your dedication. Speaks a lot about your dedication. Sanuziphoxa ke kuba nuziphoxa umuntu nizawuziphoxa. Sanuziphoxa. Continue the good work. Support abantwana babantu at whatever levels that you can, so that we can make sure that that 85% that DDG was talking about is achievable at the end of the year. Uba kaloku abantu balapha South Africa before 1994 bebezisa abantwana apha, what is it that we have done wrong after 1994? Wonke umzali onomntana ofuna uba makayofunda ebemseTranskei nasesiSkali. For that matter, even the minister, the current sitting minister, wayefunda high school eMariazelle eMatatiyela, for your own information. Umama uEthi wayefunda uStandard 10 eMariazelle eMatatiyela. That must tell you the history of this province. That must tell you the history of this province. Hence I'm then saying, colleagues, don't shy away. Problems are going to be there, but our strategic focus is on how we massage them, how we turn the corner, how we make fortunes for the province, how we become one of that detachment that ngenye imini kwawuthiwa kwakukhe kwakho abantu phaa kulaa department. Seningekho nina, nathi singekho. Enkosi kakhulu.